what's going on here is not just a cover up, not just the president trying to hide his past, but a lot of powerful rich guys trying to game the system so that they're not held to account for what is serial rape of lots of young girls below the age of consent. And it's been going on, I mean, I think the first time Epstein was arrested was 2005. So that's 20 years ago. Trump was visiting Epstein and carrying on this way in the 90s. This has been going on for decades. And even, with Epstein dead, the cover up continues.
It's, I think your first point is such a critical one, that this isn't just about Trump or even just about Epstein. It's about all of the others who were the victimizers here, who, by almost everything we know, represent the elites of the society, the rich men who exploited young women and young boys, it appears, young girls and young boys, and managed to keep it from going anywhere. But what we know when Epstein was arrested is that Alex Acosta, who was then the U.S. attorney down there, and the lawyers for Epstein, including Alan Dershowitz, conspired, knowing that there were serious crimes here, without telling any of the victims who had come forward to talk about how they had been preyed upon, to get a plea deal that basically enabled Epstein to avoid being classified as a sex offender and to go out on work release, where he went to an office and had young women meet him at the office so he could continue his sexual misconduct. That same Alex Acosta became the labor secretary under Trump in the first term. And as best I can tell, bar associations, knowing this, much of it thanks to the intrepid reporting of Julie Brown at the Miami Herald, bar associations have done nothing to take away the law degree from Alex Acosta, much less from the other lawyers who were a part of this. And they themselves violated the law by not informing the victims of this plea deal. So you go back 20 years, and the level of misconduct here in the legal process boggles the mind. And of course, we still have no justice. And what we know from this latest round of emails, of course, is that Ghislaine Maxwell knew from her emails back and forth with Epstein that Trump had known about what was going on, that they had been to Mar-a-Lago, that Trump was upset. And I hear a lot of stories. Trump was upset because Epstein was taking his girls. I think he was upset because his employer's rage got up that anybody was stealing away his young nubile employees. But she was asked by Todd Blanche, the deputy attorney general, when he went up to interview her, and he knew all of this from the records, a softball question in which she could say, I never knew anything about Trump and Mar-a-Lago. She lied, and she's now on work release down at a club-fed luxury prison or jail in Florida, released from the prison where she belongs. And of course, now I'm expecting that she will have her sentence commuted by Donald Trump as more of this evidence comes out.
Yeah, there's another element of the evidence coming out is that Trump said he was out of touch with Epstein as of the early part of the 2000s. Apparently, according to the evidence, they were in touch in 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
So that's part of it. One thing the Republicans seem to be saying is, well, if we release all these files, wait do you see Bill Clinton was in there, or oh, Larry Summers is in there, former Treasury Secretary, or whomever. And I don't know a single Democrat who thinks protect him. It's like Bill Clinton's in there, scum. pay the price. Larry Summers is in there, pay the price. Whoever's in there, pay the price. Do what's right by the victims. Start serving the interests of the victims and of justice now. It's late, but anything that brings this to the fore and makes this less likely to happen in the future is a good thing. I don't know any. I was in the Clinton administration. I know a lot of people who were in the Clinton administration, cabinet members, and so forth. Precisely zero are sympathetic with Bill Clinton.
Whoever is involved here, I think you are exactly right. I don't know who did what or when. We know who's in these emails. We know some of whom are in these files. Let it all out and let the chips fall where they belong with all of this stuff, whoever it might be. Meanwhile, what we're seeing is a Republican Party that incited all of these conspiracy theories about a pedophile ring that led a deranged man who believed this stuff to go to the pizza place in Northwest Washington, where there was reputed to be a group of young people being chained in the basement of or the cellar of this pizza parlor with a gun to free them, all of which was false. And every day we have another story of a pedophile, except almost every day those stories are about evangelical ministers or right-wing Trumpists who
Well,
railed
imagine.
against this and then, of course, have been doing it.
Well, I'm sorry to interrupt, but just
No.
imagine what had happened had Donald Trump's first nominee for Attorney General this time around gotten the job. Because what are we finding out today? We're finding out today that among Matt Gaetz's abuses was a relationship with a 17-year-old girl who was on very hard times working at McDonald's, who was trying to earn enough money through her ugly relationship with Matt Gaetz, where he was taking advantage of her, to pay for her braces. And that was who Trump wanted to be Attorney General first time around.
Trump's kind of guy, clearly. But, it's worse because this young woman was mostly homeless. She had a homeless parent. She was really on hard times. The idea, it's one thing, horrible as it is, to exploit a 17-year-old, to exploit somebody who is desperate and on hard times is as sleazy as you can get. And that is clearly what's going on here. But it's not just Matt Gaetz.
Yeah, but the whole thing is rich guys
Yep.
Taking advantage of people who have less resources and less power, and then playing the system so that they're never held to account for their abuses.